Hi everyone, and welcome back to Happiness Sparkles. Today I'm going to be doing a video about the blind buys that I bought while I was in quarantine, and it's been quite an adventure, to say the least. Meeting new people, making new friends, and we have all been very supportive in the fragrance community, and I just wanted to kind of get on here again, talk to you gals about some of the blind buys that I did unboxings, but I didn't actually come back on and say how I felt about them over time and how they performed on me. Did I end up loving them more, or did I end up hating them more? So these are not all the blind buys, because I did give away some of them, very few. In fact, my husband has 2 or 3 of them, but I'm not going to talk about those. I'm going to talk about the ones that I kept in my collection because I love them. And I'm going to start with my least favorite and end up with my most favorite. So if you're interested in that, then keep on watching. I only actually bought a small bottle of this, and it's called Rebelle Fleur, whichever way you pronounce that. But and it's by Rihanna, and this was actually from 2011. So the fragrance is an intense and daring fruit chypre with floral notes of tuberose, violet, and hibiscus. And it has a splash of coconut water. So apparently it's supposed to give the impression of warm skin. I first sprayed that on, and honestly, I didn't like it at all. I'm still on the fence about it. It has great longevity, but it tends to kind of dry down a little bit masculine on me for some reason. I can smell right away, I can smell the fruit, the chypre, and the tuberose. I'm not getting any violet. I do get the hibiscus, and yes, I can smell the coconut water. It's not an overly interesting fragrance. That's all I can kind of say for it. I know it's loved, and I'm okay with it. It lasts forever, which is a good thing if you love it. But I'm just okay with it. I do pick it up and spray it from time to time. And, it looks like I've used a little bit of it, but not a lot. So that would be my least favorite blind buy. And honestly, that was just something I threw in my cart at the last minute, and it was $11, I think. So, I may or may not use it, but I'll keep working on it. So that would be my least favorite. And then the next one that I blind bought that would be my least favorite, but I still like it. I'm not in love with it, but I do like it. And it is this one by Adam Levine. And I do really like this fragrance. I have used quite a bit of it. I've experimented with it. I have layered it with my Eternity, which is a super floral fragrance with carnation and spices. And I mixed it with that, and actually this is almost pretty much pure sandalwood. It starts off smelling like sandalwood, middle notes goes in, it's sandalwood again, and down to the bottom. So it's a very uncomplicated sandalwood fragrance, and I love sandalwood. It's just not terribly interesting. It doesn't blow my mind, but as a layering, I could see this being a great fragrance. Longevity is that great. It's, you know, projection, I would say not the greatest either. It might last maybe 4 hours, but if you layer it with, which I did, I layered it with Eternity, and Eternity is a beast, and it lasted all day, and I could still smell a little bit of the sandalwood in it. So yeah, I'm glad I bought it. It was a cheap bottle, and it's a beautiful bottle, and it's a really good fragrance. So that would be the next one that I would be least in love with, but will keep in my collection and use. So moving on to the next one, and it's going to get harder, ladies, as we go down this list. So let's move on to my next least favorite. And it's actually Love by Sofia Vergara. And I actually do love this fragrance. When I first smelled it, I was not excited about it. It smells slightly, it's got a slight vibe of black opium, but this one is sweeter and I don't think there's any patchouli in it. It's an oriental, warm and fruity, starts with mandarin passion fruit. It has green apple and orange blossom. The heart notes include Colombian coffee blossom. And I do get a little bit of the coffee blossom. It's got purple orchid, orris root, and magnolia. And it's all laid on a base of amberelle seed, amberwood, pralines, and vanilla. And yes, it is a lovely fragrance. It's just not one of my top favorite fragrances, but it is a lovely fragrance. It's a good quality fragrance. The bottle is amazing. I mean, look at this bottle. Like, what could you not love? Under $20. So I'm glad I bought it. I will continue to use it. And if I turn it upside down, you'll see how much I have actually used. So yeah, I have actually used quite a bit of it. So that would be number 3 from the bottom. So this is definitely getting harder as we go down here, because there are quite a few here that I actually love equally as well. So if I pick one, you'll understand that I still do love it. And it's going to have to be the other Sofia, or the other Sofia Vergara, which is called Sophia. And oops, I actually do love this. You can see I love this. I've been using this a lot now. I'm not using it as much now because it does give me summer vibes. The longevity on these are amazing. I mean, I'm getting at least 6 or 8 hours out of that and that. This one not so much. This one is a beast. But this one I get a lot out of it, and I love it. And it's one I reached for when I feel like using my Chanel Coco Mademoiselle. I would reach for that one, and I just spray it all over my body. Like 15 sprays, and that will last me until I go to bed at night. So, and it definitely does have that vibe of the Coco Mademoiselle. Not a dupe, but a definite vibe. And it doesn't have the patchouli dry down, so it's a little bit sweeter. And the next one would be, gosh, ladies, this is hard. I'm gonna have to pick, I'm gonna pick by how I would reach for them. And this one I won't reach for as quickly, and it would be the Oscar de la Renta Bella Rosa. And this is an absolutely stunning fragrance. I mean, look at this bottle, it's just stunning. Oh, it smells divine. It's gorgeous. I'm so happy I have it in my collection. Tara from Effectophiles. And the notes in this is a floral fragrance. It's chypre, And it's a fairly new fragrance, actually. It was launched in 2019. And the nose behind this fragrance is Harry Fremont. The top notes are pink pepper, freesia, mandarin orange. Middle notes are pink rose, jasmine, and orris. Don't get a lot of jasmine. It must be a tiny bit of jasmine because my nose picks out jasmine, as you know, is my favorite note. But I love so many of these notes in here. I love the chypre. I love pink pepper in a fragrance. It just lifts it to a different level. The freesia and the mandarin orange, then that pink rose, orris. Base notes are patchouli, sandalwood, and amber. Not a fan of patchouli, but it's well blended, so the patchouli in this fragrance does not bother me at all. I just adore it. And I have all this to thank for Tara, so thank you, Tara. I will link her channel below. She does great fragrance reviews. She's an expert on fragrances, so please go and check out her channel. I'm also going to link some of the videos that I posted on my blind buys and some of the notes that I've explained in those, but as I go along here, I'm explaining how they last on me, whereas some of those were just blind buys and what I thought of them when I, unboxed them, tried them out for the first time. So that one comes next, but by no means do I not love it. I do love it. And I love the bottle. It really, whoops, that lid is not going anywhere. Okay, so moving on to the next one, and I'm going to pick, wow, wow, ladies, what is it gonna be? So how many have we got left here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's 9 left, and that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that we have reviewed. So I'm gonna go with Ariana Grande. And I love this. You can see I've used it well. I use it for layering because I heard you girls talking about it. And actually, next time I put on the Adam Levine, I'm going to layer it with Ariana Grande and see how that smells. And I will keep you posted on that. So Ariana Grande would be the next one. And that just basically smells like a fluffy pink marshmallow. And I think everyone should have that in their collection, whether they layer it, whether you wear it to bed, whether you wear it throughout the day. You can wear that anytime, and I will wear that any time of the year. And the notes of that one are, it's a floral fruity gourmand fragrance. Cloud was launched in 2018. It is, of course, Ariana Grande, and super popular. The nose behind this fragrance is Clement Gabbi, and it's got notes of bergamot, pear, lavender, coconut, whipped cream, praline, vanilla, orchid. Base notes are woody notes and musk. And it's just an easy blind buy. Now, I didn't purchase this. This, again, was a gift from my lovely Amy, who I got to visit while I was in Toronto. And I was very honored to get to meet her beautiful daughter, who got a couple of my Nora Knits hats. And she gifted this to me along with a few other samples, which I haven't really tried. I've tried them a couple of times, but we'll have to do some reviews on them as well. But yes, she gifted this to me and I was so thrilled, and it's gorgeous. This is getting extremely difficult. The stress, I'm sweating. Next one, I'm gonna go with, oh gosh, is Insolence by Guerlain. And I've used this. I have been sucking this dry, as Gabby would say. I've been sucking this. I'm a perfume sucker. Oh, This is violets on steroids. And I love this. This reminds me of my childhood. Parma violets are a sweet candy that Gabbi will remember. Gabbi's kind of from my generation. She's younger than me, but you know, she'll know what Parma violets taste like. And that's what this is like. Now the notes in this are, what else? Violet, right off the top of the bat. I bought this in the summertime and it blew me away. I was actually outside when I did the unboxing. So this is my fragrance, not my signature fragrance. What am I talking about? This is my fragrance of the day today. Oh, and it's a beast. It lasts all day. I love this in the wintertime, the fall, and of course the springtime. I think it's a little bit too strong for the summer. But anyway, the notes are violet, raspberry, rose, orange blossom, iris, and tonka bean. So, I mean, you know, wear fragrances whenever you want to, but you will find that you'll get better results from some fragrances in different seasons. Like there are fragrances that I just wouldn't wear in the summertime because they are total beasts, and they're just overpowering. And they perform better in the wintertime. So, but anyway, this is delicious. I mean, I love this. This will probably always stay in my collection, and I'm hoping they haven't changed the formula of this one. This is one of the originals, and I'm not even sure what the batch is or how you can anyone focus? Can anyone tell me where you find the batch? Because this is one of the original. So I'd love the bee bottle, but I'm afraid to get the bee bottle and it smells different. But anyway, that's the next one in the collection. So how are we doing here, ladies and gentlemen? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That one's kind of an inclination that I enjoyed it. This was before COVID. I bought this one before COVID. It was actually Costco sell fragrances, and I've mentioned a few times in our neighborhood, in our town, small town, we have an outlet for Costco, and they send everything that doesn't sell at the store, they send to outlet. And this is, I think it's a 50 ml. Is it 50 ml? What does it say? Anyway, it doesn't matter. It is, it's 50 ml. And I saw it when I went to the outlet in late January or early February, and they had an extra 25% off on top of 70% off. Now this fragrance sells for over $100. I got it for $25. And it was the tester. It had a tiny little bit out of it. This one opens, interestingly enough, with blackcurrant, and then freesia, rose, Maya, M-A-I, not sure what that is, blonde wood, and ambroxan. And this is a beautiful, beautiful, soft. It's got a little bit of spicy to it. It's fresh. It's green. It's sexy. It's just a gorgeous fragrance. I mean, I just love it. Oh, yeah, you can smell that green in it, but it's also very soft and vanilla and woody, and yeah, it dries down to a nice ambroxan, which I'm not sure what that smells like, but it's very addictive, as you can see. The bottle is empty, so that will be the next one. And then we'll go to, gosh, I think I'm going to pick Scandale et Paris. And I picked this up, you know, in the midst of COVID, and I just loved the bottle. This was recommended by Smurfy Girly, and I've known Smurfy Girly from the beginning, even before I got interested in fragrances. And as you can see, I've used this too. I mean, I just bought this in the summer, and this is gorgeous. Oh, jeez. I mean, it's just so divine. Sorry about the noise. Yeah. I mean, the bottle is stunning. And the notes in this one are sheep-free floral fragrance. So I seem to like that floral smell. It's a very simple fragrance. It only has basically 3 notes, which are pear, middle note is jasmine, and the base note is honey. Now, I know someone who's not fond of honey, and hi Gabby, hi baby, hi sweetie, how are you? Honestly, the jasmine and the pear are what I primarily get in this one, and it's absolutely gorgeous. So it's, you know, it's just stunning. I love it. So that one will be next. Okay, so then moving on to the last 5. Yes. And I guess you girls are guessing and guessing here which one I'm going to pick next. And it's going to be another Jean Paul Gaultier. And it's that little baby right in there. And I love this fragrance. I love the bottle. It is the nicest spray bottle you will ever hold in your hand. And it's the female voluptuous sexy body. This is called Classique Intense. And the notes in this one are, this is an oriental floral fragrance, and it was launched in 2014, and the nose behind this fragrance is Francis Kurkdjian, and he's famous for making lots of fragrances, and the top notes are the tiare flower, pomegranate, then the middle notes are orange blossom, jasmine, and rose. Base notes are vanilla and patchouli. I don't get the patchouli. I just get this absolutely amazing sweet tiare flower, the orange blossom, then the jasmine really comes out in this. And it just dries down to a very soft, sexy jasmine, rose, vanilla fragrance. And as you can see, I have used quite a lot of it. And these are all, I mean, these fragrances are not old. I got this one probably June or July. So that'll be the next one. Let's set her down there, all pretty. She was a tester, so I didn't get the top on that one. I'm not even sure if there is a top for it, but I didn't get that the little clip that comes with it. So, all right, so we're down to 4 fragrances now. And yeah, as you can see, these are 4 stunning fragrances, and I love them all. I think I love these all pretty much equally, but I do have to go with my next least favorite. And gosh, this is difficult. It is really difficult. Let's go with, oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. What am I gonna do here? I'm gonna go with Givenchy Haute Couture. I know, like, look at how much I've used of this already. And this is the Eau de Toilette. And the only difference between that and the Eau de Parfum is that top pink pepper note. But they dry down exactly the same. This has huge performance and longevity, just huge for an Eau de Toilette. I mean, it's just amazing. So I purchased one of these for my daughter, or not my daughter, my daughter-in-law. Both my daughter-in-laws got these for their birthday because it's one of their signature fragrances and they just love it. And the notes in this are, and these notes are specifically to the Eau de Toilette because, as I say, the Eau de Parfum opens with that top note of pink pepper, whereas this one opens with bergamot, lemon, raspberry. You can really smell the raspberry, strawberry, apple, spices, rose, and tuberose. And then it dries down to vetiver, amber, and white musk. And this is honestly a very underrated fragrance. It's just so delicious. It's not offensive to anyone. It doesn't project like hugely at all. It's a very soft, sensual, sweet, super sweet raspberry. It makes my mouth water. It's just a gorgeous fragrance, and definitely one that I have really only just found this summer and will keep in my collection, I think, forever. Okay, we're down to 3. Can you see which one I've used the most? Actually, 2 of them I've used the most. That back one is terracotta, and it's actually an Eau de Toilette, and that's by Guerlain. And then this little one here is a total beast of a fragrance, and I've sucked it pretty good, and that is Alien Essence Absolute, which is discontinued, and I'm looking for a replacement, but they're all way too expensive. And then a real affordable fragrance by Jessica Simpson, and it's Fancy. Now, these are all, honestly, we can go from extremely expensive, which would be that one, to expensive enough. That one's $100. And this one here is $25. And I could honestly say these are 3 of my most favorite fragrances. That could change tomorrow. I mean, you girls know that, right? But right now, I'm loving these the most. Not using this one as much because it is discontinued, so I only use that on special occasions. This one I can still get, so I'm thinking of getting another backup bottle of that. And this one's easy to get, so which one am I going to pick here? Well, I'm going to go with the Alien Essence Absolute because I don't use it as much, and I'm savoring it for special occasions. So I'm going to put it next. And the interesting notes in that are just divine, and it's just so delicious. It's a refillable, and so if I ever got my hands on a refill, then I could just refill this little bottle up. But the notes in this is a gourmand. It is accords of white jasmine. The white jasmine in this is the best white jasmine I've ever smelt. It's orris root. It's got an animalistic black vanilla pod. It's got incense and myrrh, which I can really smell, very spicy and delicious. Great for a Christmas fragrance. Great for like Christmas Day. I'll probably wear that on Christmas Day. It's got white amber and cashmere wood, and it's just gorgeous. Yeah, I'm so in love with this fragrance, and I'm going to savor that one. So next we are down to 2. So can you believe that these 2 are my most favorite fragrances in my blind buys, and probably in my whole collection, because I don't have any more than about 25 fragrances in my collection anyway. So these 2 are my top favorites. So it's so close that I'm going to go with Ta-da! Terracotta La Parfum, which is an eau de toilette. Why they call it La Parfum, I'm not sure. And it's by Guerlain. And this was a love at first sniff. I was addicted to it. I couldn't get enough of it. And the notes are, this is another yummy white floral fragrance, and it was launched in 2014. Apparently it's difficult to find in the US, but it's very easy to find here in Canada at Shoppers Drug Mart. And it's a 100 ml bottle, and it is under $100. And the top notes are TR, flowers, which I'm learning as time goes by that it's one of my favorite notes. It's got coconut, bergamot, middle notes are jasmine, then ylang ylang, and orange blossom. Base notes are vanilla and musk. It has a similar vibe to Tom Ford Soleil Blanc, but Soleil Blanc is much more beachy coconut. I do not smell the coconut in this at all. It's sweeter. It has more jasmine in it. The jasmine just pops out. It's just delicious. It's a great blend. It's soft and sensual, and I will wear this any time of the year. The downfall is it just does not last. It does not project. It stays very close to the skin, and you would need to be reapplying it every honestly, you would need to be applying it every 2 to 3 hours. So if I wear this as my fragrance of the day, I'm reapplying it every 3 or 4 hours. So that's kind of really disappointing, but I still love it so much that I'm going to buy another bottle. So can you believe it, guys? That the fragrance that has won is Fancy by Jessica Simpson, the most affordable, and I'm going to get another backup. As you can see, it's gone down quite a lot. I'm almost halfway down. This is a sweet, fruity, caramel, floral fragrance. It has top notes of pear, apricot, red berries, caramel, almond, gardenia, and jasmine. The base notes are vanilla, amber, and sandalwood. And this is a super easy blind buy. You can pick this up for under $25, $30. I have the body wash and the body lotion, and actually the body lotion is very, very moisturizing, and this lasts all day until I go to bed. So so there you go. That's all the fragrances, and my least favorite to my most favorite. And what's the odds that it's probably the cheapest one? Well, maybe not quite the cheapest one, but one of the most affordable fragrances that everyone should have in their collection. Let's just have a quick scan around. Let's just have a quick scan around at my least to my favorite. And here we go. There we are. And then these were the final 3. So we went from that one to that one to that one. Thanks again, everyone, for watching today. I hope you enjoyed my updated version of my blind buys, and I hope to see you all again soon on my channel. And thank you all for watching and supporting me, and I appreciate it all so much. So thanks again, everyone, and I love you all. Take care, and as I always say, don't let anyone ever dull your sparkle.